A couple of days ago, Sam Altman put this very intriguing tweet. He said, "A few times a year, I wake up early and uh, uh, can't fall back asleep because we are launching a new feature I've been so excited about for so long, and today is one of those days." And which feature was he talking about? A couple of tweets later, he did mention about that we have greatly improved memory in ChatGPT. It can now reference all your past conversation. And what is this feature about, and why is this such a big deal? In fact, can you think about it? Sam Altman didn't have this kind of excited, tweet in excitement about any of the key features like deep research, operator, and images, etc. But this one really sounds quite intriguing, quite interesting. And what we are going to focus today in this episode of AI Tool Sneak Peek is to understand three things or have three insights about ChatGPT's new memory enhancements. So, what is this all about? So, what really changed with ChatGPT memory? So, in ChatGPT, we already had memory feature. If you're not aware, memory in ChatGPT can be accessed from the settings on the top right. I'm just showing it to you as I speak. Under setting, if you go to personalization, you already see memory here. Earlier, there was an option, as I talk about in this slide, that there was an option of saved memory, which typically included all the aspects, all the chats, everything that you wanted, deliberately wanted ChatGPT to remember about you. Okay, so this is uh, this was an option reference saved memory. I think they have reworded it a little bit. And you could see the memories by going to manage memories. I think there are a lot of items that you see here. And partly the way the saved memory work in two ways. One is that you explicitly tell ChatGPT that this is the thing I want you to remember about me, and it will put that in the memory sort of a sheet that it maintains. Or if you deliberately tell something about yourself, that I am a cybersecurity expert in a certain field, wherever it sees that personalization touch in the prompt, like I am doing this or I am my profession is this, it will automatically update to memory if the reference saved memories is on. So this was what existed with ChatGPT. But what changed now? So there is a new aspect that got introduced that Sam Altman was talking about in his tweet, which is chat history, where ChatGPT gathers the insights about you from the past chats. Uh, and and this is what Sam Altman said in his tweet. Like this is I can now we can reference all your past conversation in the memory. And what does it really mean? Uh, uh, with ChatGPT's reference chat history turned on, and what we mean by this is there is an option now in the settings called as reference chat history, which allows ChatGPT to reference all previous conversations while responding. What does that mean? That ChatGPT has this ability, if the setting is on, to reference all your past conversation and recall any useful information that you have shared. It uses this knowledge about the chat history to learn about your interest, your preferences, and help you manage, future chat and being responses being more personalized overall. Let me break this down for you. You, I have been using ChatGPT for last 2 years, and there has been I don't normally delete my conversations unless and until it has some sensitive data. Now ChatGPT has this ability and to scan all the conversation history and gather insights about me that can help ChatGPT further understand and personalize the responses for me. And why is this considered as a big deal? Is that it is considered as one of the pivotal moment in AI and human interaction. Pivotal because metaphorically think of it this way that ChatGPT's brain has or has gotten a little more enlarged. Little more is a misnomer because given the amount of history that it has and it knows about you, uh, it has gotten enlarged, which means that it will know more about you through this capability and offer you more personalized responses. And this is a sort of a silent war which is happening amongst the model player to how to personalize the model, the responses as much as and as close as possible to your preferences, to the user's preferences. And this personalization will become sort of a way to differentiate the models from one another. Think of it this way: Google, when it started the search engine, it didn't have any of the users' data. Over a period of time, the data that Google have personalized data about users, that became its moat. And same thing with the social media, Facebook, Meta, Instagram apps as well. They have a lot of your personal data of which they can use to offer you personalized ads. Of course, apps like ChatGPT do not work on the advertisement model right now. And here the narration totally is about with this new feature, chat history, and on how you can be offered as a user more personalized responses. Let's see what else Sam Altman said today. Okay, so he did say that, and of course, he talked about this as a surprisingly great feature, uh, and you can, of course, opt out of this. There is an opt out of option which we'll see in a bit, or you can use a temporary chat as you move along. But let's see what's so big deal about this feature. For example, I'll just go back to my chat window, and in this case, I asked ChatGPT, and this is the question they ask. They recommend you ask it based on the past conversation. What do you know about me? And it knew my name. It's there in the past conversation. My professional background, my author, the company, what I do, my interests. There is a whole lot of details that I would have subconsciously given to ChatGPT while subconsciously is probably not the right word, while framing the prompts, and now it is all there. So I didn't stop here. I did ask it a further deep dive question based on the past conversation. What do you think are my strengths? So it did come up with something. I think this is more a sort of a flattering response that it came up with on what you did, who I am, and what my strengths are. Okay, I read through this. There is some bit of truth in this based on the way it is. It designed the response about the various aspects of my strength. But I didn't stop here. I did also ask it, what do you think are my weaknesses and the growth area, potential blind spot? So I could see, the responses were partly true, but it framed it in a way that it didn't look like a weakness. It was more sort of very, very carefully worded weaknesses, which is there, which it talked about. It kind of mixed it up, maybe because of its system prompts and the way its personality is, with the positive spin to it. So you can now figure out. So this kind of level of customization now exists, right? If you look at the hierarchy of personalization that you can do, I'll go back to settings again. Just to show you, if I go to personalization, there is a custom instructions you can do in which you can deliberately provide information on how you want ChatGPT to behave and what you want ChatGPT to know. This is one level of it. Second is more, explicit saved memory, which you ask ChatGPT to share. And third level is more, you're allowing, if I ChatGPT to learn from your chat history, which can be used in multiple ways. So, what are the three things I really want to talk about here? Three insights that I have. Okay, there is a as the new features come in, you first figure out the fun way of using this. All that I asked were the fun way of using it. Like, what do you know about me? I even asked it a question based on what you know about me. Help me, draw a picture of me or create an image of me. Of course, which it did, which didn't look like me, but it did make an attempt. So basically, three things that I want to tell you about this feature. One is that it is useful for work. So personalizing your uh, responses is one way that future responses, whatever it comes, it can reference your uh, history to give you the right kind of responses. But there are also other ways which I experimented with. For example, based on what you know about me from past conversations, what topic should I prioritize to deepen my expertise? I think which is where you can get more learning out of it, or suggest a project or an experiment that would help reinforce my learning about a topic that I want to learn, or even some sort of a coaching. Now, since it knows about my context better, uh, what are some of the potential blind spots I might be missing? So certainly useful. As we try more, we'll discover more use cases around this. Second insight is you can disable reference chat history. Okay. Disabling, if you're not sure whether this feature is going to help you in any way, at least in a short run, it may make sense to just disable the uh, uh, reference chat history, which will let which will disallow ChatGPT to reference all previous conversations before responding, which is a sort of a safe option if you're not sure whether this feature is really going to help you. And the third thing I want to tell you is important. Like, be careful with the data safety settings. Okay. And what I mean by data safety setting is, uh, if you go again to the setting and if you go to data controls, there is an option called as improve model for everyone. I have it turned off by default, but if you have it turned on, you are really allowing ChatGPT uh, uh, the content to be used, your chat history, etc., to be used to train our model, which ChatGPT says it helps ChatGPT become better, etc. And there are some privacy safeguards too, which you would like to, if you are interested, you can go ahead and check those out. But the idea with this feature is that now it is not only the your conversation history that it will allow the model to learn from if that option is open, but um, also they have now included not just the past chat, but also saved memory and memories from those chats to improve the model, which means that, in a simple words, that uh, if this setting is open, improve model for everyone is enabled, you are now allowing ChatGPT to learn from what ChatGPT insights it had gathered about your personality, which means that your personality also goes into the model training, and there can be consequences of or privacy or data safety consequences for that, which I didn't personally like that, so I have disabled that improve model for everyone option even before this reference chat history option came. So that's all I had for today. Very interesting feature, very interesting moment in the evolution of AI models. This is definite step towards personalization of the AI model. They acquiring your personality in a way, it can work in various ways, can help you in your work in the ways that we don't know fully yet, but it can also have privacy, data safety repercussion too. So do try out, experience it. As I always say, uh, become a great experimenter of these features, and form your own informed opinion about how these could help you. I hope you like this video, and we'll be back next week with something more interesting. Till then, take good care of yourself and see you soon. Bye bye.